Hey guys, Kim here with Like Tesla, and what a wild and crazy time it has been once again in the world of Tesla and in this space. So you might remember earlier in the summer we reported that a Tesla insider has shared with us some juicy details about a refreshed Model S and X that were being tested in the Mojave Desert of California. If you haven't seen that video, we laid out all the details about this upcoming refresh or ongoing update as Tesla likes to call it. So the vehicle being tested had one motor in front, which she called a micromotor, and two motors in the rear, similar to what the next-gen Roadster would offer. S and X are also expected to shed about 350 pounds in their battery weight, which would also lead to increased range as well. And I've linked that video above and also in the description for you guys to go ahead and check out. So at the time, the Tesla community was super excited as some of the items that we reported, like the interior and the exterior refresh, were something that a lot of Tesla owners had really been looking forward to and almost expecting for a few years now. But other parts of what we reported, like the 3-motor design, plus better performance and the increased range, were not as expected since the new Raven Tesla had just been introduced just a few months earlier. So before we jump in, I want to give a big shout out to Road Comfort Floor Mats for sponsoring this video. They make some top-notch floor mats for the Model 3 that are thick and flexible yet free of PVCs. They have rave reviews from Tesla owners over on Amazon, and we've linked to them in the description below. Alright, so let's really get into it now. You guys might remember a few weeks after our video posted, there was a lot of speculation on whether a refresh was actually coming or not. However, Elon kind of shut everyone down when he tweeted that Tesla doesn't do refreshes and the Raven update was all that was slated for now. Because as you know, it already had the new motor, new suspension, more range, and so on. Well, it turns out Tesla is indeed working on a new 3-motor design for the S and X. Tesla tweeted that the Model S recently set a new record at the Laguna Seca Speedway. They said that the record was set during the advanced R&D testing at the new Plaid powertrain and chassis prototype. Of course, our friend MKBHD jumped on asking if Model S Plaid powertrain is a thing, we're going to need the deets. Elon then responded soon, and then less than an hour later, shockingly returned to Twitter and said yes. To be clear, Plaid powertrain is about a year away from production and applies to the S, X, and Roadster, but not the 3 and the Y, and will cost more than our current offerings, but less than the competitors. Now, if you don't know already, Elon's naming behind Tesla's performance models are kind of a pop culture nod to one of his favorite movies, Spaceballs.
Light speed too slow? Yes, we're gonna have to go right to ludicrous speed.
There was insane, ludicrous, and as Elon said in his recent tweet storm, the only thing beyond ludicrous is
they've gone to Plaid.
Last spring, we also reported that a new battery was in the works for the Model S and X, which would bring its supercharging parity with the Model 3. Our source didn't disclose which type of battery was involved, but with the recent acquisition of Maxwell Technologies and now the announcement that a tri-motor higher performance S and X is looking more and more likely that something big is definitely in the lineup. In fact, check out these photos of what is clearly a modified or at least partly refreshed Model S at the Nürburgring track in Germany. Most notably, wider fender flares, aggressive, possibly lighter wheels, performance tires, and a lip spoiler. Notice the lower front grille is also larger. Now, this could all be part of extra upgrades as part of the Plaid package, and you'd have to imagine that everything on this Tesla was designed for performance over just aesthetics. And to top it off, Elon once again took to Twitter to say that this test vehicle was actually a 7-seater Model S. Remember that all the 7-seater S's were discontinued about a year ago from Tesla's lineup. So does this mean that the booster seats are coming back, or were these front-facing seats? But think about this for a second. If this future Tesla actually does have the combination of 3 motors and likely more advanced and energy-dense battery pack with higher range and performance, what would that mean for its acceleration versus the Roadster? Elon recently said the base Roadster will actually get a 0 to 60 time of 2.1 seconds, and we know the current Raven Model S is advertised at 2.4 seconds 0 to 60. So you'd have to imagine this possibly 400-mile or so Model S with the Plaid package would have a supercar 0 to 60 time between 2.2 and 2.3 seconds, because honestly there isn't much more room for performance improvements between that and the next-gen Roadster. At least we don't think so right now. I do wonder how much of this announcement was unplanned and maybe happened because of all the buzz that the Taycan has been getting recently, and Tesla just wanted to reiterate that they are and will continue to be on top now and when this car hits the mass market. So what are your thoughts about all this, and has it changed your perspective on where the Model S and X stand now versus next year as far as range, performance, and that don't call me a refresh Tesla? Lastly, did you guys know that we have over 200 other EV and Tesla inspired videos on our channel? Check them out and be sure you are subscribed and you click the bell for notifications on new videos. Also, I will be on hand at Atlanta's National Drive Electric Week on September 21st. Stop by at Lenox Square and say hello. Until next time, make sure you stay current. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make too big of a deal about it, but I'm just gonna say I told you, and I'll leave it at that. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know.